Hey guys, it's postboxpat. Welcome back to a brand new Fortnite Battle Royale video, and today I want to discuss the runes for you guys because the runes apparently have been rotating all over the place over the last few hours, and there has been a theory which has been sent to me numerous times by subscribers which I want to discuss in today's video, which I think is very interesting and is definitely worth discussing because it kind of goes over exactly what is going on in the Fortnite map regarding this. However, I do disagree with it a little bit, which we will discuss in a moment. So first off, let's get into this and show you guys what that theory is that someone has come up with. I will link their credit down below to them because I can't remember what their name was because I just quickly watched it while I was doing some work on the side, but I remember what they were trying to talk about in the concept, so I'll reference them down below. Anyway, let's jump into this and just discuss it. So basically what was happening was these laser beams, apparently they rotate up to 180 degrees or more when you hit them. But if they're hit too much, apparently they stay stationary and they freeze and they don't move at all. However, if you don't hit them enough, like if you don't hit them at all, they're just going to reset back to their original position, which to me just seems ridiculously confusing because there are so many players in the Fortnite universe, and unless this is a test for us players to figure this out, I think it's physically impossible to get every player to stop hitting these or every player to not hit them. I think that's just impossible. So I don't think that's the case. I disagree. My instincts is telling me that it's not real. This theory, it can't be the way these were actually working. And I'm also going to discuss a little bit why that is the case right now. However, it's a very good theory. And if it is the case, we really are going to have to do something to get the community not to hit these and get them to move or just hit them slightly. I have no idea how that's going to happen. But I do think, these are going to have to link up at some point because Epic aren't just going to let Season 8 roll over to Season 9, are they? They're obviously going to reach each other or link up with the Rune at some point, or the Rune, whatever you want to call it. So let's jump into this and just discuss what happened with my experience from the 2.5 hour stream that I did. If you guys were there, thank you very much for coming to join. This is something that happened to me several times. So the first thing I want to discuss is the green laser connecting with the non-existent Rune at the time, and I will show you guys some footage of me in Playground in a second. So you're gonna have to take my word for it, but if you want to check out some more footage, you can just go and check out the stream. Those who were at the stream will be able to support me on this. So basically the green laser, when I was streaming, was glitching out like mad. It was actually turning itself into a curved line, so it wasn't straight like this, it was curving itself towards roughly Dusty Divot and then curving around to the right, connecting to nothing actually in the air. We followed the line several times, and this was in the first 5 minutes of the event roughly taking place. We were there basically from the start. I started streaming near enough, I think it was like 4-5 minutes into the actual things appearing, the lasers, so I was basically bang on at the start, and this Rune or the line was connecting to an invisible Rune with a curve, which was interesting. And then we also have the red laser, which I want to talk about, which was just completely non-existent. The whole laser was just not even there for a bit, and then it did appear, and then it was just stuck looking through Polar Peak. It was not moving at all, and currently it's stuck facing towards the spawn island. And then we have the blue/purple laser. This one was a debate on the stream. I'm not too sure which color to call it, but I think I'm going to go with blue. But yeah, the blue laser was just kind of stuck as well, but kept moving slightly, but never got past this point, which makes me think, his theory could have been correct, but there was a lot of glitches going on. Now, from someone that's had a lot of experience in the Fortnite storyline with events and stuff, and have analysed a lot of details about what positions we go to during events. If you guys remember rightly, I've discussed this already. In certain events, for example, the butterfly event, we all got teleported to Salty Springs. To me, it feels like Epic Games use Salty Springs as a location for renders and stuff like that on the map when they're currently changing. It uses it kind of like a default area for code and stuff like that, and that seems to be the case with this Rune. There has been several leaked footages and also several bits of kind of lasers facing towards area. Now, so I've had several things happen to me where I come over to the green laser, and obviously it puts a green laser on top of the Rune, kind of indicating that we need to link up with that. Now I've had several games where that green laser is not there, but it's over by Salty Springs, which is extremely weird. And it's only seemed to do it with the green one. It doesn't seem to do it with the other two, and it's just extremely weird that that's happening. I've also got some footage on screen now from a subscriber that got sent in to me. You can see they're trying to stand on top of the Rune, and it just keeps teleporting them backwards and forwards from Loot Lake and Salty Springs. Again, another glitch in the game, which brings to my attention that this current event is just not working. I just feel like it's in a state where it's completely glitched out. It's not fully rendered into every server yet, and that's the current reason I think this event is not taking place. I'm going to load up another replay where the rune doesn't even exist. This is just previously from this game. I had to jump into a solo game to check that out. I was actually jumping into a few playground games before this, and the rune just did not exist at all. It just was not spawning in. And again, it just tells me that either Epic have not updated all their servers, which is perfectly fine. I don't expect this to be done in one day, but I'm just trying to get the point across that this theory that this guy's come up with might not be the actual theory on how to move these runes, and that's perfectly fine. It's just my opinion, but let me show you guys some footage. So if I wind this on a little bit so it gets further into the footage, I can show you guys where we're trying to get at with this, because it's an interesting concept and some sort of stuff I want to show you guys. Here we are as we pop into the game. Wait for it to load in. Okay, so we're going in, we're gliding in, we're attaching, and watch, we're going over to Loot Lake. This is only, oh, and there it happens. The rune spawns in replay. Absolutely great. That doesn't prove my point at all. So you can see the rune has spawned in replay, which is extremely weird, but it didn't spawn in the actual game. Let me back out of this and pop into an actual playground game so I can get this point across a lot better. But what I'm trying to say is it's just extremely glitchy. Like, the whole event is glitching out left, right, and center. Things just aren't going right for the event, and that's what brings my attention that Epic themselves probably going to have this event play out tomorrow. And I just think that's the case. I don't think we need to worry about it. I don't think we need to kind of stream it all night or all day. I just generally think that this event is just going to take place tomorrow. And that's what I believe. So here I'm going into a private playground match with standard settings. I don't know if that affects it. I don't think it should, because I was in this one for the other event yesterday with the actual rune, the first rune moving towards Loot Lake. I think that was yesterday or the day before. But yeah, day before now actually, because it's the next day in the UK. So let's jump in and show you guys exactly what I'm trying to get at with this. It's just a glitched out event, and it just needs some time for Epic to fix the server and get it running perfectly, and then I think the event is going to happen. I don't think there is any kind of relationship between us and these lasers connecting to the rune. You can see they're all just stationary, all just facing one direction, and again that one's stuck in Polar Peak. It just seems to be a bit glitchy, this event. So popping in again, so this is what I'm trying to get the point across with this, guys. So what I was trying to say is the rune doesn't spawn in, and there we are. I've come in. Can you guys see the rune? No. But in the replay, which was just the game before I jumped into a solo match, it was exactly the same settings, a playground setting, and the rune was there in the replay, but it's not there in the physical game. So there's just a lot of glitches with the event. There's so much going on. You can see the glitch before with the guy teleporting backwards and forwards. I've actually seen all the lines connect as well. So I've seen several of the runes all connect to the actual main point. And I was like, this is it, guys. On the stream, I was like, we finally completed this mission. They're all connecting to the rune. And suddenly they just disconnect. All the lines just point off in different directions. It was like the event is happening and nothing really happened from it. But that leads me to bring to my attention that the actual ending of this second rune is pretty obvious. If the rune was there in the sky right now, I could show you, but we know most likely what is going to happen from this, unless it just spawns at Salty Springs, because there are a few glitches of it rendering in at Salty Springs. The most obvious outcome to this event is the rune just simply falling down into this little piece right here, and that is exactly what is probably going to happen. Once all the lasers link up to it, it's most likely going to be that. Now, I sound quite tired. My voice does sound quite tired. I'm very excited for the event. I can't really express it because I'm quite tired. But, you know, I'm really excited for this to happen, because obviously then the third one's going to appear, and I'm excited to see what that's going to be. I guess each one is probably going to be a different concept. We've seen the first one with all the runes moving around them. Well, the first rune kind of trolling us at Tilted Towers and stuff. We had it over there at Tilted by the Building, thinking that it was going to go through the insurance building, and it didn't. And now the second one requires us to kind of fire these laser beams into it and get them all lined up, and I think that's an awesome concept as well. So hopefully the third, fourth, and fifth one are going to be awesome. Those wondering about what is going on with the dates and stuff within Fortnite, like when is this all going to take place? Well, it's all taking place over the next 2 weeks, I believe. I don't think we'll see the actual final event now, maybe till so this Sunday upcoming, and we'll probably get the next 3 runes out the way. I don't think the Avenger LTM either will have any relationship with the storyline or with these runes around the map. I think the Avenger one will just be an LTM, which will be in the game for the entire time, and it'll just be probably going through till season 9, maybe the Avenger one. I don't know if it'll last all the way to season 9, but it'll probably last at least 3 to 4 weeks, so it should really last through to season 9, so we'll have to see. And what's cool about the Avenger one, if custom matchmaking is still in, we can play the Avenger one on custom matchmaking, and hopefully I'll be able to grab like Thanos' gauntlet, or maybe Captain America's shield or something like that, on stream so I don't get killed instantly. That's something that keeps happening as well. I keep getting absolutely wrecked on stream the majority of the time. So it does happen, this sort of stuff, but oh, that was an L. But yeah, these things happen. So I'm just trying to get to the point that this is probably going to take place over the next few days and probably lead up to Sunday where the final event will be, or even the week after. So it could take up to 2 weeks, so drag it over 2 weeks, because we've still got technically this one to connect all the lasers, and if his theory is correct, that could take a very long time, and we'll soon find out if that is the case with that theory, because if the third one does spawn in and the second one's still going, and for example the third one has been complete, then that will tell us that his theory was correct, and then that is the only way that we're going to be able to connect all these runes until obviously the deadline, which will be when season 9 comes out, or whatever event is going to happen from this kind of gateway opening up. So yeah, it's interesting to see, and people are saying as well that potentially, I've had this tweeted to me a few times and sent to me on my Discord, that potentially this could be some sort of relationship with the endgame film. I personally don't think Fortnite would go through all the effort to make something related to a film, just because the Fortnite storyline is a separate kind of concept. Obviously, the Infinity War film has got its separate LTM. Sorry, not Infinity War. And the Endgame, obviously the previous one was the Infinity War, but Endgame has its own LTM, which is still going to be not part of this Fortnite storyline, but part of the Fortnite universe, which is going to be pretty cool. And obviously the government and stuff, we can see them here. The government's got their vans, their cars. The government are out, basically. They are here ready for us. So we've got all their different stuff with their vans and their diggers with the logo on. So this is obviously the government causing this. But that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you guys have enjoyed. Hope I've explained everything currently going on. I hope it has made you understand what exactly is happening with this event. Again, you can agree or disagree with that theory. I personally am on 50-50 with it, just because of the amount of glitches I've experienced with this event today. There are several servers where, for example, the rune would just not spawn in, and I was just like, it's so glitchy. And then that's what caused me to end my stream in the end, because we just couldn't figure it out because the amount of glitches that were occurring on all our different games and servers. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. Don't forget to go and leave a like, comment, subscribe. If you're new around here, maybe consider hitting that notification bell and entering code postboxpat into the item shop and keeping up to date with the latest Fortnite storyline content. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Don't forget to go and leave a like, comment, subscribe. And once again, this is postboxpat signing out.